Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Ask Me Anything. I think my intern is busy, so I don't think she's gonna show up. So we're gonna go through this as fast as we can. We had a question this week, a really engaging conversation about content and content marketing and how you get the best content out of your subject matter experts as quickly as possible without taking a lot of time. Their time, your time, everyone's time. So like I said, in the community, we had a very lively conversation about it, and there are lots and lots of challenges for content marketing. I'm going to show you something that we use that I think will help. No, I'm not going to show you something that we use that I think will help because it's not coming up. Now I'm going to try to show you something that we use. Maybe. There we go. Technology, man. Nope, I'm not going to show you. Okay, so this is a content engine that we use, and let me just blow this up for you, that we use with subject matter experts. What we do with clients is we say, okay, we need a weekly editorial review meeting, and it has to include every subject matter expert in the organization. If it's one person, if it's the CEO, if it's scientists, if it's technical people, if it's intelligence people, whatever it happens, intelligence, not intelligent, whatever it happens to be, we need your subject matter experts in a meeting. The meeting's a half an hour. We don't go over. I will admit that we spend a lot of time preparing for those meetings because we want to make sure that we have the topics of the week or the month, whatever it happens to be. We have an editorial calendar that's completely fluid and updated consistently. We have our key messages, and we have a list of questions. We go through it as fast as we can, and we just boom, 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 ask as many questions. Okay, Joe, it's your turn. Sally, it's your turn. Helen, it's your turn. Rajiv, it's your turn. Adil, it's your turn. Like, we go through as many people as we can, and we ask as many questions as we can. We record it, and then we use that to define what the editorial is going to be. In some cases, the stuff that we've planned out is exactly what we use, and in other cases, it falls apart. But from there, then we start to go, okay, what is it that we're trying to achieve? Do we want to have content, or do we want to have a campaign? Or do we want to have content that we're going to see how it performs that could become a campaign? And then we look at a really strategic PESO model program, which I don't have enough time to go to walk you through today, but maybe we'll come back to it next week. Series of videos. But what we do is we look at that and we say, okay, let's create the content. And in some cases, it's a blog post. Some cases, it's gated content with a whole PESO model campaign around it. And in some cases, it's, like I said, it falls flat on its face, depending on what it is, what the topic is. I'll give you a really great example. This past Monday, we went into a meeting with a client. We had everything ready. And as we were going into the meeting, Pfizer said that they've had 92% efficacy with their COVID-19 vaccine. And it put everything, like, it just upended everything. So we went into that meeting fully prepared. And 5 minutes before the meeting, we were like, oh, okay, we're going to have to change everything that we were going to talk about in that meeting. But the point is getting subject matter experts into a conversation every week. Some weeks everyone will show up. Some weeks you'll miss one or two people. Some weeks you'll miss a big group of people. But the point is to have a consistent meeting, record it, then you have it. You can have it transcribed by Rev or Temi or Otterbox. And now you have lots of content for at least a week, if not longer. Sometimes it's a month. Sometimes it's an entire quarter, depending on how agile you are and how you're responding to the news. But let me just show it to you one more time, just so you can see. This is sort of this is how it all works. Weekly editorial meeting. Then we look at it, we go, okay, is this content? Is it a campaign? If it's a campaign, we're going to do a whole piece on it, and we're going to have a whole PESO model promotion program around it. If it's content, then perhaps it's just a blog post. It goes in our weekly newsletter. We have social media posts. Maybe we do some earned media, some contributed content around it. We might boost it a little bit on paid, but this allows us to get the very best from subject matter experts as fast as we can in a short amount of time. I will answer one question that everybody always has at this point. What if they don't show up? This has to come from the top. So one of the things that we say in our onboarding process to the executives, you have to require this meeting. If you don't require this meeting, they won't show up and we won't be able to do our jobs. So we ask the CEO usually, or the chief operating officer, whoever happens to be, to require that meeting. And then they do. If their boss, their big boss says they have to show up, they do. So if you have a question for us, you'd like to see my intern again, I'm kind of surprised she hasn't shown up. You can join us in the SpinSucks community. You can find us at spinsucks.com/spin-sucks-community. That's spinsucks.com/spin-sucks-community. I'll see you next week.